Guyana's first female GCOM chair sworn in and calls for house-to-house registration continue. It's Monday, July 29, the start of a new week. These and other stories in today's news. Eminent legal luminary Justice Claudette Singh today created history. She was officially sworn in as the first female chairperson of the Guyana Elections Commission.
Justice Claudette Singh, a woman with more than 40 years of experience in the legal profession, having served as a judge in the appellate court and as the Deputy Solicitor General, was sworn in today as Guyana's first female GCOM chair.
Today is a good day for the Republic of Guyana. The Constitution of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana provides for the establishment of an Elections Commission. As you heard, it states that there shall be an Elections Commission for Guyana consisting of a chairman who shall be a full-time chairman and shall not engage in any other form of employment, and such other members as may be appointed in accordance with the provisions of this article.
His Excellency the President described the exacting constitutional provisions which govern the selection of the GCOM chair and the role of GCOM in conducting the elections in Guyana. The President noted that Justice Singh fits all of the criteria for the selection to the esteemed post.
The chairman of the Elections Commission shall be a person who holds or who has held the office of a judge of a court having unlimited jurisdiction in civil and criminal matters in some part of the Commonwealth, or a court having jurisdiction in appeals from any such court, or who is qualified to be appointed as a judge. Justice Singh is such a person.
Speaking to the media after her historic swearing in, Justice Singh, the new GCOM chair, said that her role was about being fair and inclusionary.
And I do not believe in people walking out when there's a disagreement. I believe in sitting down and hammer out whatever the problem is. When I was on the bench, I was called Iron Lady, I was called the hanging judge, so what's the difference? I'm just hoping I will do something for Guyana, because there's only one way, in accordance with the law, in accordance with the Constitution, and nothing else.
From the Opinion Room at the Ministry of the Presidency, Paul McAdam for InfoHub.
Local leaders are speaking out against the attempts by the opposition to suppress the rights of young people. They shared this view while noting the opposition's efforts to stop GCOM from compiling a new and credible list through its house-to-house registration process.
Among them are the Mayor of Bartica, Gifford Marshall, and his councillors.
Over the past couple of days, we've taken note about the concerns with how your house-to-house registration is concerned. And as representatives of the people, we have listened to the persons on the ground, we have spoken to our constituents, and most of the people need house-to-house registration.
There are lots of my pupils who are not on the list. They would be 18 years this year and sometime next year. And if they are not given a chance to get registered and to be on the list, then we are not allowing our young people the right and the freedom to express their rights.
Their fear is that they will not get a chance to make decisions that could affect their future.
In light of the recent calls by the PPPC for the boycotting of the house-to-house registration, officials from GCOM have pointed out that registration remains a legal requirement that is facilitated under the National Registration Act. His Worship, Mayor of Mardia, David Adams, said Mardians are on board.
2 days, I think it was, after the CCJ handed down their final ruling, citizens of Mardia approached me with the need for us to demonstrate in Mardia that Mardians would like to see a new voters list.
Our youths are interested, they have no acknowledged, and they are interested in the house-to-house registration where they will have the opportunity to place their vote.
GCOM currently has 29 registration offices throughout the country, all in operation mode for the exercise. The local officials are calling for all to recognize the importance of the registration process.
I think house-to-house registration is good to give the youths a chance to cast their votes so we could get a better for our country.
So I want to endorse the house-to-house registration. Reason why? Because even though that I'm here at this conference, I've been receiving several calls, my phone being going out with people asking when these people will be coming into their constituency.
It is a legal requirement, once a person attains the age of 14, that they should register to be a part of the national list of registrants. Residents are urged to have available the relevant documents required for registration and to be on the lookout for GCOM's registration officials in their area. These documents include an original birth certificate, a valid passport, naturalization certificate, certificate of registration, adoption certificate, and the poll or marriage certificate. Natisha Isaacs for InfoHub.
With the increasing investment into Guyana's energy sector, many locals are set to benefit, not just from returns, but also through job creation, especially concerning the oil and gas sector. There is a possibility of an increased drive in construction activity, which could create opportunities for employment for the locals.
According to Fitch Solutions, the industry-leading provider of credit, debt market, and macro intelligence services, we expect increasing investment will drive construction activity and reduce unemployment in Guyana as the economy modernizes its infrastructure and readies for an economic windfall from its nascent energy sector. Fitch Solutions reminded that ExxonMobil, the primary developer of Guyana's offshore oil blocks, authorized a US $6 billion investment in May 2019 and has already created more than 1,200 jobs. The Guyanese government is also increasing investment in transport infrastructure and creating more public sector jobs to oversee project development and regulate the energy industry. Fitch said that it is expected that the beginning of crude oil production in H120 will lift Guyana's long-term growth trajectory, pointing out that ExxonMobil is continuing to revise up their projections for the country's recoverable oil reserves. The most recent estimate is that Guyana has more than 5.5 billion barrels of crude oil. ExxonMobil estimates it will produce around 750,000 barrels a day by 2025. This will offer substantial windfalls to domestic wages, private consumption, and government revenues, Fitch Solutions said. Reporting for InfoHub, Nikosi Bruce.
Still to come, drug treatment court could be up and running in 3 months, and a 3-day port safety management seminar opens. Details of these and more after the break.
Are you ready to embark on a truly epic adventure to an undiscovered corner of South America, where some of the most spectacular natural attractions are unveiled within a beautifully diverse landscape? From the wetlands and savannas to the ancient mountains, magnificent waterways and lush enriching rainforest would provide a vast playground for some of the most exotic and breathtaking creatures on the planet, including many of the world's giant species. This untouched land of mystery and wonder serves up an exclusive experience for travelers. So are you ready for a new, awe-inspiring adventure? Welcome back to nature. Welcome to Guyana.
Welcome back. The first ever drug treatment court will become a reality in 3 months. It was just in December last where a high-level meeting of government officials and relevant stakeholders explored alternatives to incarceration. During that meeting, it was disclosed that there is a dire need to address nonviolent drug offenders in a court-operated rehabilitation program. This move serves as a testimony to the government's commitment to transforming Guyana's justice system.
The drug treatment court model was established out of the need to solve the frequent and persistent problems that drug-related cases create for court systems, the jails, and society as a whole, noted Director of the National Anti-Narcotics Agency, retired Major General Michael Attlee. Major Attlee was delivering remarks at the opening ceremony of the drug treatment court training exercise this morning for partners and persons who will be working in the new system. Also addressing the opening was Madam Roxanne George, the acting Chief Justice, who similarly stated that the treatment of drug users is preferable to incarceration, adding that reasons for having a drug treatment court is multidimensional.
The anecdotal and empirical evidence strongly indicates that there has been and is a growing number of persons who interface with the criminal justice system in Guyana who are substance abusers.
The Chief Justice said many offenders have committed non-violent offences for which the response of incarceration is not the most beneficial.
International and regional experience has demonstrated that treatment of substance abusers is a better response than imprisonment.
The National Drug Strategy Master Plan calls for all participating agencies and bodies to implement measures and programs that offer treatment, rehabilitation and recovery support services to drug-dependent offenders as an alternative to criminal persecution or imprisonment. CARICOM countries who already have drug treatment courts include Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica, Barbados and the Bahamas. The latest to join this list are Antigua and Barbuda and Guyana. Felicia Valenzuela, InfoHub.
A capacity building workshop on port safety management is underway. The Guyana Maritime Association is utilizing the services of the United States Coast Guard for this workshop.
The first such training exercise in Guyana, the 3-day seminar, opened this morning at the Regency Suites, Georgetown. Participants include port facility security officers and representatives of the Guyana Fire Service and the Guyana Revenue Authority. Marriott's Chief Port Security Officer Dwayne Nurse said all port facilities in Guyana are expected to meet international best practices. The seminar, he said, will assist in this regard.
This code was derived after several meetings of the International Maritime Organization, which thought it was a smart thing to do after the events of 9/11, and all areas and all sectors were being affected by that event. So the International Maritime Organization also saw it fit to meet and to discuss and to bring this code, which all port facilities around the world that are signatories to the IMO must follow in order to mitigate or eliminate maritime threats.
Among the program facilitators is Lieutenant Commander of the U.S. Coast Guard, Don Davis. He explained the purpose of the program.
It's a collaboration between the United States and Guyana, and what we do is we bring subject matter experts from across the Coast Guard to different countries to share best practices and information. And in doing so, we also learn a lot, and we take back best practices that we learn here in Guyana back to the United States and other countries as well.
The training continues until Wednesday, July 31. For InfoHub, I'm Alexis Rodney.
Hinterland residents will soon be able to access tertiary education within their regions. The government plans to construct technical institutes in regions 1, 7, and 8 following the signing of a $5 million contract to conduct feasibilities.
These institutions will be similar to the $200 million Hinterland Green Enterprise Center currently under construction at Beena Hill in Region 9. These institutes will focus on project design and startup, management, sustainability and leadership training, as well as access to business support services. Minister of Indigenous Peoples Affairs Sidney Alcock explained that the aim is to ensure hinterland youths are equipped with the necessary skills to manage and develop their communities.
The Green Institute, as we call it, is geared to allow our young people to be highly skilled. We're looking at an institute, the Green Institute of Excellence, which covers all areas in our development. In the academics situation, the technical situation, we must have, coming out of this institute, people like these technical young men here with the skills to help to propel our development.
The project's overarching goal is to support the transition of a green economy by utilizing traditional indigenous knowledge to develop and document sustainable business practices for use in enterprises across Guyana.
We need industries well packaged to be on that road. Either way, selling products, well-developed products to quality standards. And that is why we need a foundation to eventually meet there.
With videographer Leon Leong, I am Sinika Thorne for InfoHub.
That's all for today. Remember to tune in for a special InfoHub report on the recent community meetings held in the Pomeroon region. Connect with us on WhatsApp, Facebook, and YouTube. Much more news is on our website, dpi.gov.gy, and pop over to Instagram for the latest photo updates at DPI Guyana. Your bridge and weather reports are up next. Goodbye for now.